What's up, everybody? So today we are over the 20,000 subscriber mark, which means this is our 20,000 subscriber Q&A video, which you have seen in quite a few of our previous videos. We've been saying post your questions and we're gonna make them, or we're gonna answer them. Yeah.
We got actually a lot more than we anticipated, which is pretty cool. So I know you guys are dying to figure out what you asked, of course. So here we go on the list.
All right, first one. What are your names?
All right, I'm Mike.
And I'm Brian.
There we go.
Yeah.
Another Mike.
Yeah.
And the only Brian.
Yes. With an I, so I'm cool.
Yeah.
Alright, next up. What is the meaning of your channel name? Well, we did talk about that. It's been almost a year now since we changed the name, because our channel used to be Honda 4Ride Red, and that was back in the motocross days. We didn't really care. But now we are Bros for Speed, obviously.
Brothers. And we took the 4 from Honda 4 Ride Red, because that was cool in our logo.
Yeah, we'd already made the RR logo.
Yep. And then we like speed.
And it's kind of like Need for Speed, Bros for Speed, so
yeah,
we thought it was nifty, and yeah, that's our name. Yeah.
What else do we say about it? We think it's cool.
Yeah, I like it.
It's easier to relate to than Honda 4 Ride Red, because a lot of people didn't know Rider Red, Ride Red.
It wasn't.
But we weren't that serious into YouTube when that channel was created. It was just to get a channel started.
Some motocross videos, off-roading. But now that it's becoming more of a business, I would say, we wanted it something that was relatable to the content. And car videos is obviously what we make. Probably 95% are car videos, so
car related.
Bros, all that good stuff. Alright, other than YouTube, what do we do for a living?
You want to start?
Alright, so...
They already heard from me. Yeah, but I'll still go.
Yeah, in his video, he already did it. So I got my bachelor's degree in college, business administration, basically in management and marketing. So I do work for a company right now, and I do all of their digital marketing, online marketing, social media marketing, and also product management. I kind of manage the products that we sell. So I basically have like a business job. I enjoy it. I have a lot of fun, which is great. I never wanted to have a boring businessy job like people in my major do get. So I have a lot of fun in my job, but marketing management is basically what I do. And I am almost 1 year into my first real job out of college.
Cool deal. Well, you guys have heard, if you've watched the previous videos, what I do. But I work in basically durable medical equipment. So I work with a lot of bracing for fractures. I work with surgical equipment, like back braces, neck braces. I do all that, so I see a lot of injuries in my job. So I have my bachelor's in kinesiology or sports medicine, and I really enjoy it. You know, I've had my fair share of breaks throughout the years, which kind of got me interested in it. I've always been in physicians' offices, you know, from those injuries and things like that. So it's kind of neat to work with people in that field. I'm not a doctor or anything, but I do work for doctors in some cases and provide that equipment to patients, which is fun. I enjoy it. Again, you get to see a lot of interesting breaks. You get to hear a lot of stories about what people are going into surgery for, which is cool to hear, but not cool for the patients, of course. But you see a lot of neat things, and some things I wish I didn't see, but that's part of the job, and I do enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
Alright, what is your dog's name, and what kind of dog is she? She appears in a lot of our videos.
Maddie!
Let me go get her.
Come here, girl. He'll be back. Come here, girl. Come here.
Come here, buddy. Don't hit the camera.
Alright. So this is Maddie with a D, M-A-D-D.
Say hi to the camera.
Hey, fun
so,
dog.
she is a Labradoodle. Say hi, Maddie.
Look, here we go. Hello.
She's
2 years old.
2 or 3?
Yeah.
She's our little buddy. Whenever we're home at the parents' house, which is where we are now, she will be with us.
You see her a lot because she's part of us, and she loves being with us all the time, especially when we're not home that often. She's always with us. Yeah, that's our dog. We had a black lab growing up who went away when I started college, basically. And about 2-3 years later, we got Maddie. So we got a black lab, and now we got a black Labradoodle. And she is a fuzzball, a lot of fun. She's got a lot of energy, and she is our best bud, definitely. Oh boy. And don't worry, we pay her for her appearances in dog food and toys. All right,
bye,
good girl. Go on inside. Good girl.
So that's Maddie. She is our buddy. Alright, on to the next question, back on the car topic. What are your next cars? Anything more exotic? Possibly future daily, supercars, sports cars, stuff like that.
Well, in a previous video, again, I talked about getting a daily driver, as right now the Lotus is my daily driver, but I was looking to get something to not rack up miles on that. But in talking with Brian about, what financially makes sense, I do have a motorcycle as well, so having 2 cars and a bike is just, I think, too much for me right now. So I am going to continue dailying the Lotus, driving the bike as much as I can, though it's starting to get warmer out, so that will be what I put the miles on is my bike.
And plus, if you had another daily, you would never drive that.
Yeah, if I had another daily, this would sit in the garage Monday through Friday because I wouldn't want to take it to work anymore, and that's a lot of money to have for a Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah.
And not worth it right now. So for the next...
what daily were you thinking? 'Cause
I was thinking of picking up a Scion FRS. I know they're not the fastest, but they're reliable. I'd get the manual, of course. They're cheap.
Yeah.
Less than 15 grand, you can pick one up.
That car is interesting because when they came out, it was too expensive for how slow it is. But now, for like 15 grand, that's a heck of a car. So
it might happen. It might happen in a year or two when I replace that car.
Yeah.
In answering the question, though, my next car. So when I go to replace that, I'm looking at an Audi R8, possibly a GTR, but we'll get to that question later. I'd like to get a Lamborghini, possibly, but I'd want the 2nd generation. So, newer than 08?
Well, Gallardo?
Yeah.
I don't know, LP 560.
Okay, 560, yeah. So really, McLaren, possibly. So I got some choices. I have some time to think about it. I would like to own this car at least another 2 years, but we'll see. If a deal comes up and it's hard to pass up, then
Audi R8.
Audi R8, potentially.
So for
yep.
Are you done?
Go ahead. Yeah.
So for me, I'm planning in about 2 years from now a GTR. I've always liked the Skyline back in the day from watching Fast and Furious to R34, but the GTR R35 has been a huge dream car of mine. And after driving it a few weekends ago, it's awesome.
It was awesome.
It's awesome. I like the potential, and that is definitely next. And in 2 years, I should be able to do it. Don't hold me to a GTR, but when the time comes, I'll of course test drive probably 5 cars in that price range, but GTR is next. And then the Lamborghini Gallardo has been my dream car since 4th grade, absolute dream car. My parents bought me a model car of one, and ever since then, that's been my car. So before I turn 30, that is my goal, to get a Lamborghini Gallardo, and I do want an LP 560 just because it's a little more reliable, and depending on price range and budget, and if I would have a daily by then, maybe even a Supercarsoflondonq&a. So
yeah,
that's kind of the plan. 2 years away from a GTR, and as of now, maybe 7 years away from a Lambo.
Yep. So we got some cool cars in the future, and nothing right away, but.
And I would daily the GTR. If I got one, that would be my only car. I would daily it, and only when I'm ready for the Lambos when I would probably get an FRS or something.
Yeah. So they're coming. We're working on them.
All right. Now the big question: are you really brothers?
Well,
should we tell them? Should we tell them?
We should tell them.
Yeah,
we're brothers.
We're brothers.
We have the same parents.
Yep.
Same mom and dad.
Yeah, we grew up together. Doing.
Really?
Oh, you were there.
Yeah. We're a little under 2 years apart, and
I make fun of him when it's my birthday because then he's only a year apart for a week. So.
Yeah. I am the older brother. Should we say the age?
Maybe 25 or something.
Yeah, I'm 25.
That'd make me 23-ish. 23.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can do the math.
I never remember after I was 20. I can never remember.
Well, we've been so close growing up. Dirt biking in the backyard, building forts, building ramps. We built a half pipe in one of our basements, which was really cool.
We sold it for what we paid for it 3 years later.
Yeah, we do everything together. We try to hang. What? Oh, we do a lot of things together. We try to hang out as much as we can. But yeah, we are brothers.
Yep, biological and all that. So this one is directed towards me. Do I regret picking up the 370Z when I could have got a 3.8 Genesis? I have had a lot of people say, months later, do you look back and say, man, I should have got a 3.8? No. The Genesis was perfect for college. Looking back during college, I couldn't have picked out a better car just because it was so practical, it was affordable, and I felt so cool going to car shows, being in the car show. So that was great, but when I did test drive, the 4 cars looking for the replacement for the Genesis, 3.8 Genesis was great. It's just too much practicality for what I need. I go to work, I bring a lunchbox, so I have no need for any sort of practicality. A Lotus Elise would be fine, to be honest, but I don't need the extra practicality in the Genesis, and the Z's performance was much more that I wanted it more, and it feels more special. So yeah, I don't regret it. And I guess on the same token, Evora, do you regret that? Or?
I don't. I'm happier with it now than the day I picked it up, and I tell him that all the time. Like every time I drive it, it just keeps growing on me. I would like if I had a newer model. Like this is the first model that came out, the 2010. So there's some things like interior build quality issues, but it's nothing like major. They're not going to make me sell the car, but when I go to upgrade to another car, I'd like to get a newer car that is just better quality, I guess you could say. It's an awesome car. I don't regret it at all. I love having the back seat room. I've never had anybody in it, but it's perfect for storage space. I've fit my snowboard in there, all my camera gear, backpack, all my clothes and everything. So as far as that being my only car, my daily driver, I've been able to fit groceries, again, my snowboard, anything has really been able to fit in there. So it's worked out very well so far, being my only car. And the amount of attention I get in it is crazy, which is why I kind of wanted a daily, because sometimes it gets a little too much. But yeah, I don't regret it. I love it.
So next up is a question about the Z. How much was the 370Z? I really wasn't expecting many people to care, since it's not like a Lamborghini or anything, but that car was $23,500 before taxes. Got a pretty good deal on it. Bought that with 22,500 miles on it, fully loaded. That was a 2-owner car. It's touring, sport, tech, so fully loaded, everything I wanted in it. And I guess I put about 4,500 miles on it so far. Alright, location. People have asked, where do we live?
Where do we live?
We live in Hawaii, as you can tell. No, that'd be cool.
We're on the East Coast in the Carolinas. So split between North Carolina and South Carolina.
So we don't live near each other. We went to college together for 2 years, which was pretty awesome. And so we got a lot of videos together, but the past year and a half now, we've lived in 2 states. We're about almost 2 hours apart, so.
It's not bad, but as you can see, I'm home for the weekend, so.
Yeah, because we went snowboarding 2 days ago.
Yeah.
That's where we live. Hopefully we can meet up with Kyle, because he's not too far away.
He's not, we've lived pretty close to him
That'd be
during college.
Yeah. So yeah, that's where we are. We'll go to Charlotte Cars and Coffee and Greenville Cars and Coffee every now and then, so follow us on Instagram, because we'll post saying, hey, we're heading there. So if you follow us on Instagram, you can stay up to date with where we'll be. Alright, what is the hardest part about making a YouTube video?
Ooh.
That's an interesting question.
Yeah, we weren't expecting something like that.
I think our answer has changed, because a lot of people have asked about the Macs, how they're doing. So we got the iMac computers. They are a million times better than our PCs. Our PCs made, like, the hardest part about YouTubing with our PCs was editing, because they would crash all the time. The Acura NSX video, so I filmed all that. He edited the collection day of that, and I edited the review video. Those were really important to hurry up, get uploaded, because that's obviously an amazing car to check out. And we had problem after problem
2
editing
days?
those videos, 2 days at least.
Yeah.
Like, we used Movie Maker and Adobe, and a half hour into editing, everything went green and corrupt. Every file was corrupt. Completely restart, and just, it was a nightmare with the PCs. They got worse and worse. But with the Macs, it's fun, and I can use my creative skills and have fun with the edit. So editing is not that crazy anymore. It's really enjoyable.
The problem with the PCs was using Movie Maker and then going to Adobe, because it was so much user-friendly using Movie Maker and then putting that clip into Adobe to do all the panning shots and the voiceover clips. So that took, an hour or 2 hours to save on Movie Maker, an hour or 2 hours to save in Adobe, and then you could upload it to YouTube. Yeah. Now with iMovie, you can do all that on one setting. Takes 10 minutes to save. What, a 10 to 15 minute video takes like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
To save, and then half hour, 45 minutes on YouTube. So we can knock that out in under 2 hours.
Yeah.
And move on to the next video.
So our old answer to that question would have been editing is the hardest part, but with the Macs, I would highly encourage anybody, get a Mac to edit. We're not even Mac people, but
it was easy.
They've been night and day.
Yeah.
So hardest part about making a YouTube video.
And now that we have the editing easy,
because anybody can learn how to edit and learn how to point the camera in the right direction.
I think lately we've been trying to do more of the vlogging style videos. Like on our recent oil change video, we would have done a step-by-step, here's how you do it, let's cut out all the mistakes and just make it a perfect professional video.
Structured video.
Yeah, but now we're throwing in the mistakes. We're throwing in Maddie, because she likes to crawl under the car and see what you're doing.
Yeah. I think one of the hardest things is getting comfortable in front of the camera. Because, I mean, as of now, we're now telling you our names. It's a little intimidating, I would say, to kind of share who you are on camera, which is something most people don't do. So it's a different lifestyle change, I would say.
Yeah, you have a lot of people that get to see you, but you don't get to see your viewers, I guess.
And the comments, some people are mean. But, I don't know, I think the hardest part is just being yourself on camera, because I feel like our channel has been growing the more we've been ourselves and had more fun with it.
Yeah, not being so structured.
Yeah, like...
That's something, yeah.
And just making sure you know what to say, because sometimes, I mean, I'll in my head know exactly what I want to do for a video. Like, when I make a thing of, 5 things I love about my car, I'll be daydreaming about it day after day, knowing this video's gonna be perfect. When I go to film it,
on the camera.
When I go to film it, I'll be like, I don't even have a clue what I was gonna say. So that's the hard part.
What's the rest of that question again? What was it?
Hardest part of making a YouTube video.
What else?
So just being yourself on camera, knowing what to say. All right, and the last question: What was your first cars?
What was your first car?
Okay, what was your first car?
Yeah. What was your first car?
Grammars can be annoying sometimes.
That's why I didn't go to school for vocabulary. Start that over.
I thought we were going with it.
Okay. My first car was a truck. I had a 2007 Toyota Tacoma XSP package. So if you were an early subscriber of the channel, you would have seen that, because I have not had that truck for 3 years now.
2 years.
2 years? Anyway, I got that brand new. Actually, got it when I was 15, but obviously wasn't mine until I was 16 when I could drive by myself. But I got that brand new, which was pretty awesome. That was the coolest truck I've ever had, and I want to have another Tacoma at some point. We did so many off-road adventures with that, hauling the dirt bikes, towing jet skis. It was awesome. It was so much fun.
It was a beast.
I miss it.
Yeah.
But that was the first vehicle I ever had. I took good care of it too.
And until it died.
And until, well, the lift kind of, you saw that video.
Yeah.
Or go watch it.
Alright, so my first car was a 2007 Scion TC, which a lot of people, know that because I've said that in a lot of videos. That had a manual transmission. That was the first manual car our family, my mom had a Mustang.
She had a manual Mustang.
Yeah. My parents grew up with manuals, obviously, but that was our first manual car since we were born. My mom, my dad, and I went to test drive it. We actually found it on CarMax, and I'd never driven one before, but I'd been driving motorcycles my whole life. So we were test driving around, and then I hopped in the driver's seat, and I was 15 and a half, and I drove it really good the first time. Had pretty much no issue. Little shaky, but I was pretty darn good. I mean, I didn't stall it. The only time I ever stalled, I was in the Dairy Queen drive-thru. But that was my first car, and it was a lot of fun. I think you should have a manual as your first car, because it really just taught me to focus on driving, and I enjoyed it. I had that car a year and a half, basically, 11th grade in high school, and then halfway through my senior year. I ended up blowing it up, to be honest. At that time, I really had no concept that you had to let an engine warm up before you floored it. I had no clue, and it was a manual, and being that it was really, really slow, to be honest, I thought it was fast, but it was really slow. I had to redline first gear every single time I drove it, because getting onto the highway every morning for school was a 55-mile-an-hour highway, and I literally had to punch it to get up to speed or I would probably die. And a year and a half of doing that, you end up spinning a rod bearing, which I found out when the car made a lot of grinding, knocking noises. And the weird thing was the part was only like $200, but the labor was going to be like $5,000, and the car was only worth 10 grand. So I actually traded it in at CarMax for the Genesis, and they gave me what I paid for it. I was going to sell it privately because the value had gone up, but I wasn't going to screw someone by selling them this car that needed a $5,000 job. But sold that for $200 less than I paid.
They thought it was a TRD.
Oh yeah, so I had the TRD sticker on the side. I had what is this? I had painted body color on some of the dash and put a TRD emblem on the back, and they thought it was a TRD, which I didn't say
They
it
didn't
was.
even make, so.
Yeah, I just said, hey, here's my car, I want this Genesis. So got what I paid for that, which is at least worked out, and then got the Genesis. But yeah, TC, don't redline first gear on a cold engine every single morning because it will ruin it.
It was a good
was fun.
beginner car, though.
Yeah,
I guess you could say.
Yeah, and I don't know if CarMax
I drove it
fixed
somewhat.
it or not, but
Yeah.
you know, I
Probably went to the auction or something.
no, it was on their website for like $13,500 or something, and it's sold. It did sell, and actually I checked out the VIN on it. I sold it with 68,000 miles on it, and last I checked, it has like 160 on it. So they must have fixed it, or it just still runs with a crappy engine.
So that is our first Q&A video. There will be more to come. I don't know how often we'll space them out, but as we get more popular and you guys want to know more things about us, you know, we'll post another video. Follow us on Instagram because that's mainly where we'll be posting updates.
Yeah.
For any of these videos, any meetups that we do, anything like that. So head on over to Instagram.
We did get one more question actually saying, are you into photography?
Oh yeah.
If you follow us on Instagram, you will know because we do a lot of
Yeah.
cool photo shoots with the cars. We just did one at an abandoned warehouse. We got a few of the Lotus pictures up, and then
some of the Z2
car. Yeah, my car's coming up soon.
Yep.
Let's see, what videos do we have coming up soon? Actually, like 2 weeks ago, we filmed like 10 videos in a weekend, and they're still going up. So
I think we have 5 more that are still private.
yeah,
I don't remember what they are.
Yeah, so as of now, some big things have already happened actually that you're not going to know about for a little while, and you'll see.
Subscribe, stay tuned.
You'll see in a video shortly. I think this coming week, I would think.
Is it?
Because I think that should go up next. I think so.
Possibly. We've been moving around videos, so it's hard to remember which one is going up.
Like his oil change video, I was actually filmed like 2.5 weeks ago. We just had so many other things. Like when the Alpha video came up, we had to get that up ASAP. So a lot of videos coming, and you'll see in a future video of mine, we need to get 25,000 subscribers on YouTube and 1,500 followers on Instagram. And you will see why, and you will want to be there.
Yes.
So share videos, post, whatever you got to do to get us there, because you'll be happy. I promise.
Yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed getting to know us a little bit better.
Yep.
It was a little nerve-wracking. We kind of pushed it off for a while. We were going to do it around 10,000, but didn't feel like we were a big enough channel yet. And 20,000 is still small, but we're growing pretty strong. So we have a lot of awesome future plans for this year.
So that sums up our first Q&A, and thank you all for 20,000 subscribers. That's pretty cool. We started this channel as a home video style, a few off-road videos, motocross videos to show our friends, and it has just gone up for there, getting like 25 to 30,000 views a day. So we're growing quite a lot, and it's pretty fun.
It's turning from more of a hobby to a business hobby, I guess you could say.
Yep, so thank you all for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. We will end this video with a cool photo of the Lotus.
Yeah. Okay.
So, thanks for watching. See you next video.
You didn't hold your hand far enough in front. It's got to be like, see you guys next video. Boom. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.